Shabbat Shalom, family. Glory and honor to our Father, Yah. Glory and honor to the name of Him, Yahweh, who created heaven and earth. The origin of what is life. The origin of the breath of life that gives life. The origin of the body. The origin of the earth. The origin of everything on the earth that lives. The sustainer of all things. The one that is the Most High and who sent His Son, Messiah, YHWH, to redeem His people and to overcome sin for us. Glory and honor to His name. Glory and honor to the Messiah, YHWH. Glory and honor to all of those prophets who have existed and brought forth His word. Greetings to the 12 tribes, according to the Bible, scattered into the four corners of the earth, according to prophecy. Greetings and to the 144,000 who are now among them, being prepared to be forerunners to the return of Messiah. Greetings also to the Gentiles who have received this truth in spite of the opposition of their cousins and are standing firm in the righteousness of the Father Yahweh in the grace given through Messiah. Greetings. Greetings to the chat, Black Above Realty, my brother Imana Prakash, Yakoba, my brother Stephen Kelly, brother Walter from South Carolina, brother Ruel, brother Tommy Going, brother Arkawan Banya, brother Sadak Yahoo, Sister Daniels and Brother Daniels. Glory and honor to the Father. Greetings to all of you. We're studying Deuteronomy. And as we're studying Deuteronomy, we're now in chapter 29. Yesterday, we talked about the importance of covenant. The importance of covenant to the Father. And that's the thing, brethren. We are, as followers of the Father, Yah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we are committed in this war to His honor and glory. That's the difference between us and everybody else on the planet. In fact, let's take a look at that. Exodus chapter, let's see, what chapter do I want? Exodus Let's see, Exodus chapter 33. Exodus chapter 33. Exodus chapter 33. I'm going to begin Exodus 33. I'm going to start at verse, let's see. I'm going to start at verse 10. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 9. Exodus chapter 33. I'm going to start at verse 9. And I'm going to go down to verse 16. Exodus 33 from verse 9 to verse 16. And it came to pass as Moses entered into the tabernacle, and the cloudy pillar descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle. And Yahweh talked with Moses. And all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door. And all the people rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door. And Yahweh spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. And Moses said unto the Yahweh, see, thou sayest unto me, bring up this people. And thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send with me. Yet thou hast said, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore, I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight. And consider that this nation is thy people. And he said, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him, if thy presence go not with us, carry us not up hence. For therein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight, Is it not in that thou goest with us? So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. So shall I be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. Now listen, the Father is the most high of the whole planet. Asatan runs things on the planet because that's what man asked for. People are always trying to say, where is God when this happens and that happens? You can answer the question. They won't like the answer. God is on his throne, if you want to call him God. His name is Yah, but he's on his throne. And the reason bad things happen is because you chose his enemy, Satan. And Satan runs the earth because you chose him. And Yah is now awakening his people whom he chose. Yah chose Abraham's bloodline. And he's awakening his people whom he chose and foreknew to stand for him. And what he promised Moses here applies to us once we are awakened, the awakened Hebrews. He said, Moses did, what's the difference between us and everybody else on the earth? Your presence goes with us. Very important. Father's presence. That means his spirit goes with us. Wherever we are, he is. He leads us and guides us and directs our path. And why? Because we have decided upon our awakening that our lives are for him. That everything we are, everything we do, all things that make us us are for him. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Except it's perfectly given to him. You understand the difference? I am not perfect, but my love for the Father is perfect. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Do I mess up sometimes? Definitely. But my sincere desire to be with my Father is perfect. My conviction about him is perfect. And anyone else can too. In other words, I have no doubt. I don't want to hear about another God. I don't want to hear about another religion. I don't care about other books. I only care about this book. And I am perfectly committed to that. And every day I get tested on my commitment. But because Father sees that in spite of all my foolishness and folly, I am perfectly committed to him. He will bring me through, and he'll do the same for all of his people. And his presence goes with us. And that's the difference between us and everybody else on the planet. Okay? We're not committed to a religion. We're not committed to a denomination made by man. See, people commit to these things. People commit to a religion. They commit to a denomination. Correct? They commit to these things. And they become piously committed, earnestly committed to these things. But they're not committed to the Father. And a lot of times, the Father still loves people like that because why? Because they're ignorant. They're doing it in ignorance. The Apostle Paul said, I persecuted Yah's people, but I did it out of ignorance. So he was committed to what we would call today Judaism, which is a man-made religion. But he thought he was doing Yah's service. And because his commitment was perfect, Messiah was sent by the Father to meet him and choose him. And he immediately followed. So there are people that are committed to Islam, Catholicism, Mormonism, SDA, all of other religions. There are people committed to Judaism even that are ignorant of what they're doing. That is another reason yet the Father will call and is calling the 144,000. The 144,000 Hebrew men that are going to be giving a message. And that message is going to be attended by the Father's presence and spirit. So that miracles are going to be done, brethren. Miracles from Asatan's agents are going to be performed. The Bible said they're going to perform miracles. I saw unclean spirits like frogs working miracles. Revelation chapter 16. Revelation chapter 16. Revelation 16. Verse 13 and 14. Revelation chapter 16, verse 13 and 14. Notice what it says. Revelation chapter 16, verse 13 and 14. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Al Shaddai, or Yah Almighty. Now look, how are you going to tell the difference between the people that are telling the truth and the people that are not, that are lying to you? If they're all working miracles, how do you know? How are you going to tell the difference? There's a spirit. And the spirit of the Father is completely different from Asatan's spirit. Asatan could act like, he's the Father, because he is the father of lies. He could act like that. He could command worship and cause people to do things. But the people that observe the spirit of truth will know truth. Have you ever seen a really slick liar? Maybe you've been one. A really slick liar. I mean, a good one. Right? A liar, and you can know that they're lying, and they're so good they can sell ice cubes to Eskimos. People like that exist. Okay? I was close to becoming one of them myself before the Most High spanked my bad behind. So I know. But how do you know? Because something is telling you, right? They're lying to you. I mean, something's telling you. You could know they're lying to you, but you want to hear what you want to hear. Isn't that true? Isn't that true now? That's the secret of Fox News, MSNBC. That's the secret of media. That's the secret, brethren. That's the secret right there. You hear what you want to hear. I've had people tell me, you said you wanted to fire Tibbs. I never said I wanted to fire Tibbs. Yes, you did, because you know what? Because I criticized him. People wanted to hear me say, fire him. And so that's what they heard, even though I never said that. Is that true or didn't it? You understand what I'm saying? People say people hear what they want to hear, brother. No, I'm telling you the truth. People hear what they want to hear. Okay? People hear what they want to hear. We do too. That's why, brethren, it's important. Hear the word. If you hear the word, you will differentiate from everything else. Remember the parable, Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man said, please send Lazarus to my 5 brothers, that they don't enter into this place of torment. And Abraham said in the parable, they won't believe. He said, yes, if they see somebody rise from the dead, they'll believe. And he said, if they don't hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they hear the one rose from the dead. So how do we tell the difference? We've seen it in Deuteronomy. We've already seen it. If one rise up and perform miracles, and look, let's look at it. Deuteronomy. We've already read it. We read it in Deuteronomy. I believe it was chapter 18, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. Man. We already read it. I'm going to find it. Hang on a second. I think it was chapter 18, but I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure before I commit to saying it was chapter 18. I just want to make sure. Yeah, no, it's 13. It's 13. Deuteronomy chapter 13. No, it's Deuteronomy chapter 13. Notice what it says. Deuteronomy chapter 13. Yes, Brother Walls is right. Isaiah 8:20. But no, Deuteronomy 13 is what I was looking for. Watch Deuteronomy chapter 13. We read this already. Deuteronomy 13. I'm going to start at verse 1 and read verse 7. Okay. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, in other words, a miracle. If there arise among you, Israel, a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For Yahweh, your Most High, proveth you to know whether ye love Yahweh, your Most High, with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after Yahweh, your Most High, and fear him and keep his commandments and obey his voice when ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. And that prophet or dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he hath spoken to turn you away from Yahweh, your Most High, which brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way, which Yahweh thy Most High commanded thee, so that thou shalt put the evil away from the midst of thee. If thy brother or thy son, thy mother, thy son, thy daughter, or thy wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is in thine own, which is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy father, namely the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh to thee, or far off from thee, from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Verse 8, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shalt thine eyes pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. See, brethren? So how do you tell? Man Prakash asked a good question. How do you know the difference? See, brethren, remember how we got into this mess? Adam and Eve disobeyed Yah's word. You'll see that, right? Father say, don't eat of this tree. That was his word. That was his command. Don't eat of this tree. Don't eat. They disobeyed his word. So now he says, I magnify my word above all my name. Now he says, I'm sending you the word made flesh, because he demands that we obey his word, which means we trust him. So miracles are not the determining factor here. His word is the determining factor. Does that make sense, brethren? Y'all got me. So miracles are not the determining factor. Messiah performed miracles. And you remember what they said about Messiah? He performed miracles by Beelzebub. Because the scribes and Pharisees had created their own religion. And he said he goes against our traditions. Therefore, he's from Beelzebub. And really, the scribes and Pharisees were Beelzebub because they created what? Their own religion, their own rules. Well, brethren, what do all man-made religions do? They go with their own rules, their own words. That's why I say, brethren, you have to make a decision. If this is the word of the Most High, you have to commit to the word of the Most High. If it's not, then it's not. But to me, it is the standard of what is truth. You need a standard, right? When you learn the alphabet in school, what is your standard? Well, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. That's your standard. So in other words, when you're reading, you must follow the letters of the standard. Otherwise, you'll never learn English, right? You'll never learn because you never be able to read because you got to know how to read the letters up. That's your standard. Well, brethren, you need a standard of truth. You need a standard to establish what is truth. What is it? Well, the Father tells us his word is the truth. Messiah said, sanctify them to thy truth. Thy word is the truth. That's the standard for me. That's his word, is the truth. So now anything that veers from his word is now by de facto not truth. I don't care what miracles happen. You understand? See that? And what did he say? He said, I sent that to test you. To test you whether you would obey my word. I sent it to test you. So you're going to get people, and listen, you got them right now. You all heard of psychics, right? Psychics will tell you, you're going to meet X number of person on X on a day, and it's going to be at this place, and they're going to look like this, and you'll meet them. And you'll be like, oh, shoot, that psychic is true. And you'll ask the psychic, what about the Bible? Oh, the Bible is just one of many books. You should look at different books, and you got to, there's Islam and there's Judaism. You got to look at all the books. In other words, all the other gods. No, I mean, psychics are the deal. My mother, like I told you, my mother was deep in that. Deep in. And they used to read my mind. I used to say things, and they said, this is what you're thinking. And I was shocked that they could know what I was thinking. These were real witches. I ain't talking about, this ain't no cartoon. These are bruja, capital B, brujas. And they could read my mind, and they could tell me things, and one told me this, and one told me that. But I could tell it was darkness. Even as a little boy, I knew it was darkness. It was different. So look, so yeah, they for real. But it's not this word. It's not. It's not. It's not. So again, just because somebody can perform a miracle or tell you the future does not make them Yah's people. And as a matter of fact, Yah tells us the future is called prophecy. He tells us the future. And the future is based on Israel. He tells us that in his word. The future is based on Israel. He tells us that. Okay? And so we can know, that's why Messiah say, behold, I have told you before. That's the word he said. He said, behold, I have told you before. So he tells us the future, right? The revelation of Messiah, which Yah gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. So this tells us something, brethren. We must follow the prophecies of the Bible as Yah reveals to us, and don't veer from what he shows you to be true. Right? Don't veer from what he shows you to be true, because he's showing you what's happening. Others will come along and use parts of that to confuse you. It's about confusion. One of the tactics that criminals use when they're trying to con you is confusion. You got to make a quick decision in a confused state. Isn't that correct? You got to do it now. Better buy it now. Otherwise, you won't be able to get it tomorrow. It's not going to be here. Somebody's going to take it. You got to make a quick decision in a confused state. You understand? And that caused you to make a bad decision. Well, that's one of the things. Confusion is Babylon. Nimrod's kingdom started in Babel. And now you have a woman in the wilderness in secret with Babylon on her head. Same thing. You understand? Exactly. Better go get it now. Better call the 800 number today, because it's going to be gone tomorrow. Oh, you better buy this car now. I got another person looking for it. Oh, you better come get this house now, because the rates are going to go up. You better go get it now. Other people are going to be bidding on it. All designed to make you make a quick decision. You meet somebody and they say, listen, let's move in together. You and I got so much in common. Like, you like blue, I like blue. You know what I mean? You like pancakes, I like pancakes. Let's move in together. Let's get married. Let's do this today. And y'all know very well, it's the worst decision. Don't ever rush into a relationship. You don't ever do it, because you know what? They're trying to hide something from you, and they don't want you to see it after they hook you in. Right? Beware the person that wants to get together real quick, wants to get with you today, wants you to do stuff right away. Beware of that person. Beware of that person. That's right, Tommy. That's right. Oh man, see what happens? That's where it goes too. They be in a hurry. The ones that you, there's a lot of different ways of people trying to con you in relationships, right? But one of the very proven ways is you and I got so much in common. We need to hang out more. Oh my God, that sex was so great. Can we just move in together now? Why don't we just get married? Right? Right? Hey, that's the worst thing, man. People that want to con you are always trying to make you be in a hurry. And then they'll say something like this: What? You don't trust me? What? You don't trust me? I thought you and I was connecting. What you mean you don't trust me? I thought we was cool. Didn't you feel it? Didn't you feel it? Man, I'm disappointed. Forget you, man. Forget you, man. Forget you. I thought we was cool. Forget you, forget you, forget you. Y'all know, but that's the con. That's one of the cons. They want you to make a decision under pressure in a hurry. You understand? They want you to make a decision under pressure in a hurry. There's a lot of cons out there. If you're from New York, especially, you know. But I'm saying there's a lot of cons out there. But one of them is that one. They want you to make a decision under pressure in a hurry, and they're trying to induce you to make a decision. Why do you think the commercials are only 30 seconds? Right? Commercials just 30 seconds. They want you to make a quick decision, see something real fast, predetermine what you're thinking about, make you buy this thing very fast, right? Especially, you know what I'm saying? They want you to do it real fast. You understand? That's right. They always. That's a con. We know that. So just by virtue of the fact of somebody trying to make you make a decision in a hurry, what do you know already? It's a con. You don't have to even think about, you don't have to worry about what they're saying, what they're talking about. They're trying to make you make a decision in a hurry. It's a con. Already, it's a con. Con. Okay, con. Sisters, don't let him sleep with you when you just meet him. Don't do it. Don't let him have your body when you just meet him. Don't do it. Don't do it. And brothers, don't act like because you got the stuff that you got something. You just got trapped. Don't. Very important. The sisters, your body's a temple of the Most High. Not everybody is allowed to touch it. Your body is the indwelling temple of the Spirit of the Father. Don't just let anybody touch it. Even it means you got to be by yourself, then be by yourself. You understand? Brothers, your seed is Israel. It is holy. You don't just give it to anybody. You bring your vessel with honor. Because your seed is special. Do you realize that's what prisons are for? Taking Hebrews off the street so that their seed don't get spread. Discouraging the Hebrew men to destroy so that their seed doesn't get spread. Do you realize that? Because even if you don't know, Asatan knows who you are. That's the dangerous thing. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know what's going on, why you're getting beat up, why they hate you because your skin darker. What's the problem? What's wrong with my skin? Why they making fun of me? What's going on? Why they trying to discourage me? Because you don't know who you are, but they know who you are. The spirits know who you are. And they're afraid that you will find out. Okay? They're afraid that you will find out. Because once you understand who you are, then you understand how special you are. That's right. Exactly right. And the Spirit will always reveal itself to you. If you ask the Father, especially this is true. Again, one of the big areas of learning to trust the Father is the area of love, right? It's the area of love. I started a channel called Raw Hebrew Relationships, and I don't know. I have not been inspired to keep putting stuff out on it. So I just bring it as the Father give it to me. But I'll tell you something. If you really ask the Father for his will in terms of love, and that's a difficult thing. It is not easy. I'll tell you why. Because we want what we want. You understand? We want what we want. We know what we're attracted to. What it smells like, what it tastes like, what it sounds like, what it looks like if you're a man especially. You know what you want. To relinquish that to the Father and say, not what I want, what you want. To relinquish that to him is hard. It's a test. Sisters, a lot of times sisters get in trouble because they're lonely. Period. They're lonely. Brothers know that. And they play on that. You have to be willing to be lonely. Are you willing? Just let it go and let the Father choose for you. May not be anything you want. You want tall, dark, and handsome, he might get you short, bald, and fat. But short, bald, and fat might be what you need. It might be what he says is best for you. Short, bald, and fat. Might be what you need. See? You got to let the Father choose, though. You understand? It's hard. It's hard because we think we know what we need. It's true. You think you know what you want. You ask a brother what you like. He going to give you a checklist. She got to look like this. I like him like this. I like him to look like this. I like him to be this tight. I want him to be this complexion. I like this like this. This is what I like. This is what it looks like, what I like. You don't know what you're talking about. But we don't realize that until we come to the Father. And the Father show us, this is what I know from my eternal wisdom that you need. And if you surrender to him, over time, you'll see he's right. You understand? You'll see he's right. Right? There you go. Okay? But it's the difference between our will and his will is the hard thing. That's the hard thing. That's why you learn his word, you seek his spirit, you ask his spirit to inhabit your soul temple. That way, it's easier to make decisions for him, for his glory. It's easier when his spirit is working in you, it's easier to make decisions for him. You understand? Easier. But it's a hard thing overall. Because we have to relinquish self to him. And we have to be ready to do that. Area of love is one of the big ones, though. As y'all know, I ain't got to tell you something. I'm not giving you no theory. I hate just giving theories, brethren. I tell you, I hate it. Because I want to know what's real. You understand? I want to know what's real. I want something real. I'd rather have somebody tell me be negative or be real about it than somebody being fake or theoretical. You got to be real, right? So, yeah, I'm not telling you, y'all can bear witness. I'm not telling you nothing that's not factual. Relationships, love is the hardest area to surrender to your Heavenly Father. It's hard because you think you know what you want. You think you know what you need. And the truth is, you don't. The truth is, you don't. Praise the Most High. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 29. Deuteronomy chapter 29. Now, yesterday, we were studying chapter 29, And we stopped at around verse, I think it was around 13, 14. Okay. But I'm going to start again at verse 12. No, I'm going to start at verse 10. I'm going to start at verse 10 and read down to get us started. I'm going to start at verse 10 and read down to verse 17 to get us started. Praise the Most High, Brother Walter. Praise the Most High. And if he has somebody for you when you're ready, he will give that person to you if and when you ever be ready. You might never be ready. You may not want it. He that is able to receive it, Messiah said, let him receive it. So, but you have to be ready. And most people say, well, I am ready. That's telling me you're not ready. Whenever somebody makes that declaration, but I am ready. No, you're not. If you were, you wouldn't say that. You understand? Father knows when we're ready. We don't know. We don't know at what point we're ready. Father knows. And he will alert you when it's time. Okay? All right. Deuteronomy chapter 29, beginning at verse 10. Moses says to the people, ye stand this day, all of you, before Yahweh, your Most High, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of wood unto the drawer of water, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with Yahweh thy Most High, and into his oath, which Yahweh thy Most High maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, a Most High, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, and to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before Yahweh our Most High, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by, and ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone and silver and gold, which were among them. So they got a gander at the gods of the other nations, coming out of Egypt, an idolatrous nation that worshiped the sun among other gods, the Egyptians did. And they saw the gods of the nations they passed through. Okay, and they were being guided as they were passed through by the cloud. The cloud was Father Yah, and the Spirit was Messiah, right? That's the cloud. In fact, let's take a look at that. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. First Corinthians chapter 10, beginning at verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 from verse 1 down to verse 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 from verse 1 to verse 4. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Messiah. So Father, and he said in the word, he said, I send my angel to go before you. Didn't he say that? He said, I send my angel to go before you to guide you in the way. That was Messiah. He said, I send my angel before you to guide you in the way. So Father had Messiah guiding the people in the cloud. And then he would meet with Moses in the tabernacle. Father. There's no Trinity. I want you to notice something, though. The devil's game is always in threes, isn't it? Isn't it? The Trinity they try to teach you, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That's not. The Father is not Trinity. The three unclean spirits like frogs, the dragon, the beast, the false prophet. The three sixes, 666. The three dominant religions they call, what they call it? Abrahamic Christianity, Judaism, Islam. The devil comes in threes, doesn't he? He comes in threes, doesn't he? Isis, Horus, Cyrus, the religion of Egypt. Isis, Horus, Cyrus. He comes in threes. So they're always trying to fool us into threes. Father doesn't do that. Messiah was 3 days and 3 nights, but if you look at it closely, it was 3.5. It was in the midst of the week that he was put to death. The midst of the week, the midst of 7 is 3.5. 3.5, he was put to death. 3.5, he raised. 3.5, he has his 2 witnesses bringing the truth in the last, before his return. 3.5, he goes the extra mile. Praise the Most High. But the devil comes in threes. The dragon, the beast, the false prophet. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Trying to tell you there's a Trinity, and there's no Trinity. There's 3 that bear record. The Spirit, the Word, right? Triangle has 3 sides. That's right. In fact, there's a whole mathematical system based in triangles, the study of triangles. What's the mathematical system? That's the study of triangles. What is that? It's called trigonometry. Trigonometry is the study of triangles. Did you know that? That's right. That's true too, Akwan. Trigonometry is the study of triangles. Okay. Trigonometry is. Geometry is the study of angles. Okay. So now you know. And that's why you can understand why the origin of trigonometry came from ancient Egypt and Babylon, and they created what? Pyramids. The study of angles and triangles. Triangles, 3 angles. Triangles, 3 angles. Pyramids are in triangles. It's deep, isn't it, brother? Praise the Most High. So they got to see these gods. They got to understand these gods while they were being led by the only true God, who followed them in a cloud, who gave them water out of a rock. And the Bible says that represented Messiah. Okay, that represented Messiah. The water in the rock was Messiah. Messiah being the rock, the cornerstone of Israel. Messiah is the chief cornerstone of Israel. Why? Why is he the chief cornerstone of Israel? Because Father set forth Messiah for the perfection of Israel. That's what this is about, brethren. It's about perfection. It's about restoration of perfection. Adam was made perfect. He lost the perfection through disobedience to the Father's word. Through the Father's word, through our commitment to his word and his spirit, he restores perfection to us. And he uses Messiah's ministry as high priest to take sin off of us and restore. That is why he's the chief cornerstone of Israel. Because he is the foundation that causes us to reach perfection in the Father's spirit. Okay, it is very deep. There's no doubt. I ain't gonna front. It's deep, but it's not hard to understand, as you can hear. It's not hard to understand. Okay. Okay, but it's deep though. That's how the word is. Not hard to understand all the time, but it's deep, 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 deep. Praise the Most High. Father's number of testing is 40. 40. He has 2 witnesses. Not 3. He has 2 witnesses. Father and Messiah. But Father's spirit draws us. It's a third entity, but it is coming from the Father. It's Father's spirit drawing us. It's not a triplet thing by itself. Messiah is his own person. Father is his own person. But Father's spirit is Father's person. Make sense, y'all? Father's spirit is Father's person. It comes from his person. It's him. Okay. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 29. Deuteronomy chapter 29. Now, this is very important. Verse 18 starts something that's going to bring us to the book of Revelation. Listen to me now. We're going to get ready to go to the book of Revelation. But it's Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 18 that'll bring us there. You ready? Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 18. Lest there should be among you, so he's talking about other gods now. He's talking about them seeing other gods. And he said, lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from Yahweh your Most High, and go and serve the gods of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood. So he said a root, that is a foundation. What is the root of a tree? The tree starts with growing roots, right? That's how a tree starts, right? Every time you see a strong tree, you know it has strong roots. So the root, he said, lest there be a root or something that starts among you and within you that develops gall and wormwood. What is gall and wormwood? Let's keep reading. Verse 19. It'll tell you. Verse 19. And it come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace. Though I walk in the imagination of my heart to add drunkenness to thirst. So the wormwood is a person that religiously walks in the imagination of their own heart. Y'all got that part so far? So it's a person that religiously walks in the imagination of their own heart, away from the word of the Most High to their own imagination. So when you create your Sanhedrin, your Sadducees, when you create these things, you're walking in gall and wormwood. Why? Because you just created your own religion in the imagination of your own heart. Remember what he said? Don't add to my words. Don't take away from my words. Because if you do that, you don't have my word no more. Now you just made your own stuff up. You understand? Christianity is a religion. It's a religion not found in the Bible. It's a religion that uses the Bible, but it's not based alone in the Bible. It's based in man's theories. So is Judaism. It's based in man's theories. It uses the first 5 books of Moses. It also uses the Talmud. That is not Bible. That's at the imagination of your own heart. Islam is based in Muhammad and the Quran. The Quran is not the Bible. Why? Because the Bible says all of his prophets are Hebrew Israelites. If that's all you need, that's all you got right there. You understand? There's more, but that's all I need to tell you. All of y'all's prophets are Hebrew Israelites. And just in case you don't know what that means, let me explain. Hebrew comes from the word Eber. Eber was the grandson of Shem. Shem's grandson, Eber. That's where you get Hebrew. From his lineage came Abram. So Abram was from the family of the Hebrews, and they called him Abram the Hebrew. That's where you get that from. And he had lots of kids. So there's a lot of Hebrews. But where we get Israelite from? From Abram came Isaac. From Isaac came Jacob. Jacob's name was changed by the father. What? Yes. He said, your name not Jacob no more. Your name is Yisrael or Yasher-Al, right with the Most High. And all your children are my chosen people, my chosen nation. So you have a nation of people that comes from this man that used to be called Jacob, who was a descendant of Eber, a Hebrew. So Jacob was a Hebrew. His descendants are also Hebrew, but his children are Israelites because his name was changed to Israel. So that's where you get Hebrew Israelite. And let me just admonish you, brethren, don't let nobody call you a black Hebrew Israelite, because the Bible does not use that term. That's a man-made term. There's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite or a white Hebrew Israelite. There's just Hebrew Israelites by blood. It just so happened we are melanated people, but we're not called black Hebrew Israelite. Right? We're not purple, orange. Those are colors. No, we're just Hebrew Israelites by blood, and we just happen to have melanin. That's how you know. because this is what happened. Let me tell you how, just real quick as a side note, how the Hebrew Israelite name gets all kind. I've had friends, when I tell them I'm a Hebrew Israelite, you know what they do? They go on YouTube or they Google and they look up Hebrew Israelite. And what'll come up is what? Black Hebrew Israelite. And you know what they're about, right? The Black Hebrew Israelite are about camps, uniforms, long beards. And that's what they're looking when they think of me. Somebody will say, hey, I saw that. I was in Jersey City, man. You catch on the corner. That's, you're part of them. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. And forget the word. Forget looking at the word. They don't even look. It's brainwashed. You understand how they just got brainwashed? See? So all of a sudden now you hear Hebrew, you think Black Hebrew Israelites, and you think uniforms, camps. Oh, nah, I don't want to do that. No, y'all crazy. Never mind the word, because what makes us Hebrew Israelites by blood is our descendancy from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But what makes us follow what we follow is the word. That's why it's important. Never mind the beard, never mind the uniform. That's not what's making you who you are. And even if you're a Gentile, that's not what's making you who you are. It's the word. You're being grafted into this word. You understand? But that's part of the trap. That's a trap. Now, I don't try to down the brothers on the street with them uniforms, but I just tell people that's not us. And it's hard to determine, because what has happened, the media has put it in all over the internet. You go on YouTube, you go to Google, that's what you're going to see. It's even in Wikipedia. I look at Black Hebrew Israelites, and they show these people with these uniforms yelling and with these things on their wrists and things around their head. That's not me. I had a sister come on here try to tell me, brother, where's your beard? My beard? See? It's a trap. It's a game. It's just like this, brethren. When you see a cross in a building, what comes into your mind? Church. Right? You see a cross in a building. Oh, my house is about 3 blocks from the church. What? What church? That building with the cross on it. It's a Baptist. See what I'm saying? And so we think Christianity is the church. Wait a minute. Take it further. In your mind, think, be honest now. You're praying, and you're praying in the name of Jesus Christ. You see a white man. Before you awaken, tell the truth. You see a white man. In your mind, I'm praying to my Father in the name of Jesus Christ. I see this white man with a beard and long hair. I see he has a robe on. Right? And he ain't look nothing like that. Nothing. But we've been brainwashed. See, the brainwashing is strong and it's deep, but I praise Yah for his word. His word and his spirit cause us to overcome all of that. And that's why I say he's teaching us, and we're learning, and we're unlearning also. We're unlearning. That is not Messiah. That's not him. Yes, but see, Amana, you're catching yourself before you didn't. That's the point. See that? You're catching it. You say, oh, I catch myself. But it's all good. That's no problem. That's the unlearning part. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's a process. It's a process. You unlearn. Okay? It's unlearn. It's a process. We're learning. Okay? All of us learning. Okay, but that's what we thought about, and that's because of the brainwash. So somebody say, "Well, Hebrew Israelite, oh, you part of that cult." See, that's brainwash done. See that done. So what I'll usually say is, I'm an Israelite. You're a Black Hebrew Israelite? No, I'm not. I'm an Israelite. Well, what is that? I'm Jewish too. No, I'm not Jewish. I'm an Israelite. See, so if you were to say Black Hebrew Israelite, oh man, they got you now. They got you. But the Bible calls us Israel. What did Paul say? I'm an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. That's what he said. Well, I say I'm an Israelite of the southern kingdom of Judah. I don't know what tribe, but I know southern kingdom of Judah escaped from Rome, went into West Africa, and we got shipped all over the place. Right? And I believe that based on the book of Hosea and Amos and other books I read about the northern kingdom, that the people they call Indians are, to me, Northern Kingdom. They even found ancient Hebrew in the middle of the United States in what used to be Indian land before they stole it. And they found what they couldn't decipher what the words were. And then they found, hey, wait a minute. This is like Hebrew. How's that? Yeah, because that's who they are. Check that out for yourself. And they found it like they use symbols for animals, for sounds, and yeah. You understand? So, brethren, that's not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm learning, oh, that's why I go to Mexico and they got pyramids. And that's why you see these people that are like red looking with dark hair. That's the real, when you go and see, you go down, you see the real Mayans that's been there for thousands of years. You see the Mayans, you see the, you know, we met this sister when we went to Home Depot. We was in Home Depot, my wife and I were talking about, we got a rug, right? Carpet. We were arranging. And I said to the sister, I said, where you from? She said, I'm from Peru. And I said, Mayan by accident. I said, you Mayan? She said, no, I'm Aztec. And you could see the difference between what she looked like and what the Mayans we saw in Mexico looked like. Now, they both have the dark hair and the darker olive colored skin, a little red. But I said, do you know who you really are? And we proceeded to talk about the 10 tribes. And she wanted to hear more. She said, I want to hear some more. When you coming back? She wanted to hear some more. See? Because that's who they really are. I said, you guys were converted to Catholicism by the Spaniards. She said, that's true. She said, we lost our identity and we lost our traditions. I said, before you got those traditions, though, you were Northern tribes. And you got those traditions because you worship another God. She said, what? She didn't know. I said, yeah. She said, I said, you Aztec. She's in Peru, South America. She got Aztec, you got Mayans, you got different groups. Yucatan, people in the Yucatan, different. Then, of course, from the west coast of Africa, you was also brought to the Mayans. You mixed with them. The Incas, you mixed with them. You mixed with them every place they brought you for labor. They didn't know what they was doing. They thought they were just snatching slaves, but they was bringing Israel together. They didn't even realize it. And even Israel didn't realize it until now, to the awakening. Now we know. Now we know. See? Now we know. A lot of times down here in Florida, you know, the dominant Indian tribe down here was the Seminoles. You know that, right? I mean, that's not right. Y'all know that, right? So the Seminoles were the dominant tribe down here, and the Seminoles and the slaves got together. Actually, they were going to create this as their own little nation. They had it like that until the Spaniards came, and then Andrew Johnson and them came, and it would change, and we would scatter from here. You understand? Seminoles and the slaves. The Seminoles was as black as night too, mixed with the Hebrews from the west coast of Africa, the Seminoles that had been here already before even Christopher Columbus discovered America. That's right, see? So you can see it already. See, when you read your Bible, then you can see history clearly, right? You understand? So you had all of that. Incas, Aztecs, Mayans, all of them, Tainos. Now, come on now. I was going to say, you guys from the islands know you from Tainos. Tainos, okay? Tainos mixed with Spaniards and mixed with the Southern Kingdom of Judah. Y'all got it all in your blood. You got the Northern and the Southern Kingdom mixed. The Tainos with the Hebrews of the Southern Kingdom. Got them all in there. Cherokees, that's right, Seminoles, all of them, this Northern tribes. And then it was no coincidence that the Hebrews mixed with the Northern tribes. No coincidence. Praise the Most High. And you know what? He's using Judah to awaken the 12 tribes. Judah is the lawgiver. He's using Judah because most of us came from Judah that was on the west coast of Africa. They even called it Judah in the west coast of Africa. And so they brought us here, and here we are, awakening right now. Praise the Most High. Speaking of that, let's go back to Gall and Wormwood. I told you it was going to take us to Revelation, and I told you it was at the imagination of your own heart. Now look here, Revelation chapter 8. Revelation chapter 8. One of the trumpets is Gall and Wormwood. Revelation chapter 8. Let's take a look at the third trumpet. Okay, Revelation chapter 8, beginning at verse 10 and going down to verse 11. Revelation chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the mountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died because of the waters, because they were made bitter. Now, wormwood, again, we just read, it says, you go after the imagination of your own heart. But look, I'm about to say something. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to be truthful, okay? Father really don't care except it touch Israel. That's really when you get Father's attention, because Israel is the apple of his eye. Okay, he says that in the word. He said, he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. That's Zechariah chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. That's the apple of the Father's eye. And Moses will say the same thing in Deuteronomy. So there's been a lot of empires. British had an empire. Chinese had dynasties. There's been a lot of empires on the earth. Why did he just choose 4 to focus on in the Bible? There's been African, you had Timbuktu, you had the Ghanaian Empire, you had the Malian Empire, you had all kinds of empires in the history of the world. But he only chose us to focus on 4. And why? Because he said these 4 scattered Israel and Judah. That's all he cares about. The ones that had a hand in scattering Israel and Judah. That would be Babylon, the Medes and the Persians, the Greeks and the Romans. They're the ones that put their hands on us. And that's what makes all the difference. So here, we saw in the book of Deuteronomy where he said, if you are following the imagination of your own heart and you're bringing that to your people, that's gall and wormwood. And here in Revelation, it talks about gall and wormwood. So that alone should tell you, why does it matter to the Most High? Because his people were affected by it, because we started receiving it. That's when it's a difference. You see, the mark of the beast doesn't mean anything except when it touches Israel. Okay, you understand that? Heathens can receive it because it's heathen. You understand? Heathen can receive it. It's heathen. It's when it starts messing with Israel that you got a problem. Everybody that was out there bowing to Nebuchadnezzar's image, he ain't got no problem with the Most High. He don't care about that. It was when he was trying to make Hebrews do it, more specifically, Hebrew Israelites. That's when it became a problem. And that's when Messiah came. Father sent him. Go get him. Go in that fire and save them. Because, no, you mess with the wrong people now. See, brethren, that's what I'm telling you right now. The mark of the beast, the rest of the world don't care about the mark of the beast. They'll receive it. It's only an issue for us. Okay? And that's why the call is coming from the Hebrew Israelite community, from 144,000 Hebrew Israelite men. It's coming from us. Why? Because we're calling our people out. And then there's Hebrews that are going to cause Gentiles to say, hey, wait, where y'all going? Why are you leaving the church? What you doing? And you said, this is who we are. And they will come with you. They will come with you. That's why the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 60, notice what it says. Isaiah 60, beginning at verse 1, Isaiah chapter 60, beginning at verse 1, and going down from verse 1, I'm going to go from verse 1 to verse 5. There's more, but I'm going to go from 1 to 5 to stress this point. Okay, Isaiah chapter 60 from verse 1 to verse 5. Remember, Isaiah is an Israelite and he's talking to Israelites. Remember that as we read Isaiah chapter 60 from verse 1 down to verse 5. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then shalt thou see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. See, again, I just want you to understand, when you see sea in prophecy, it represents Gentiles. It represents Gentile people, Gentile nations, the world, right? That's the sea. So it says the abundance of the sea, and then it mentions Gentiles. They'll be converted to thee. Thee who? Israel. And Israel's God. Okay? So the call of the 144,000 is the awakening to the Israelites. But in that awakening, you have Gentiles that say, wait a minute, can we be saved too? Yes, you can. You come with Israel, and you come to the Israelite Hebrew Messiah, not white Jesus, Hebrew Messiah, and you come to him and you be saved. That's why the Bible says, come unto me and be saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am Yahweh, and there is none else. And in thee shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. That's right. That's what happens. So the Gentile, and they hang, what do they say? They're hanging on to the Tanakh, right? They hang on to the Tanakh, and they come with the Israelites to the Father. And that's exactly how it's happening. Because, brethren, it's a test. How many really? How many? Come on, brother Walter, talk to us. How many Caucasian people will receive this truth? How many really will say, the black people really are the Israelites? They really are. They're the true children of Israel. How many? Come on, bro. Tell me. How many? A remnant. That's right. And let's be specific. A very small remnant. Very few. That's right. That's the test. That's the test. That's right. 1/6. Man, you got it. 1/6. That's the test. Okay? That's the test. Small remnant. See? Because this truth, brethren, truth is hard to follow when you're looking at the world. Man, he said 1/6, and you know what? Man, you got that from Ezekiel. I'm going to leave a sixth part of you, he said. Ezekiel chapter 39. I'm going to leave the sixth part of you. He told God, I'm going to leave the sixth part of you. Right? Okay. Praise the Most High. And don't worry, because it's just a remnant of us too. Only a remnant, right? Here, the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh and the testimony of Messiah YHWH. It's a remnant, always a remnant. That's what we got. Isaiah himself said, if Yahweh had not left unto us a very small remnant, we'd have been like Sodom and Gomorrah. Destroy. Okay? Destroy. So here we are, the remnant. The remnant of Israel. And the remnant of Israel, the Bible says, will do no iniquity. There'll be no guile, no lies found in their mouth. We're trying to follow truth. Well, by the grace of the Father, we are following truth. We're receiving the Father's glory. We are seeking his glory alone, not ours, just his. Everything is about Father Yah. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about Father Yah. And together, because all of us, that's when our fellowship, brother, I'm looking for. By the way, the Memorial Day weekend is looking pretty good. I got to say, it's looking pretty good. Right now, we got 8 families that are going to be staying on campus, including mine. 8 families going to be staying on campus. And we got 2 other families. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. Brother Wells family and the Mount Prakash family that's going to be coming also. They're not staying on campus, but they're coming. And we got 8 families staying on campus. A total of about 25 people, right? Total of about 25 people. And it's a nice fellowship. We're doing good, brethren. And so April 1st is approaching. I'm just letting y'all know. But we got a good crew already. We got a good crew. So it's all good. It's going to be fun. Now, what makes it going to be fun? Because all of us that are coming to this fellowship want to glorify Father Yah. That's all the difference. All of us want the Father's Spirit living on us to give him glory. And when we all come together under that, guys, brethren, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be really good. Come, Tommy, email me and we can get the details to you. Email me, we get the details to you. Got till April 1st. April 1st, I got to get them the money. I got so far from the families that are coming. I got their stuff. We ready. Yeah. And there's 2 fees. We'll talk about that later, but there's 2 fees. There's a fee if you're staying on campus, and a fee if you're just visiting but coming to eat. Okay? Email, we'll get it together. But it's looking good. I want to tell y'all it's looking real good. We got 8 families, about 25 people, women, children, men all together, about 25 people coming. It's looking real good. Praise the Most High. It's looking good. And I'm starting to come in the agenda in my mind. Ruel, you and I got to talk, Brother Ruel. And I think you already know what I'm going to talk to you about, but we're going to talk officially, Brother Ruel. You already know what I'm going to talk to you about. You already know. Yes, you do. Spirit. And I'm going to tell you, me and him have not talked, but the Spirit is one Spirit. And I know he knows what I'm talking about. He knows. See? Praise the Most High. He knows. Okay? So we're going to talk. All right. That's beautiful, though, isn't it? So when we come together under the guise of the Father's Spirit, the fellowship is sweet. Can you imagine, brethren, when we're standing on the sealed glass before the throne of the Father with the Messiah and all the saints and the angels? Can you imagine what the Spirit's going to be like? We just get a little taste here, just a little foretaste of it. But can you imagine, brethren? It's going to be all good now. It's going to be all good. I'm just telling you, it's going to be all good. That's all I'm saying. Praise the Most High. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Praise the Most High. All right. I'm going to take a break. So it's now 1:11. It's 12:59. We're going to come back at about 1:45 and do another little short one coming from this same area. We got blessed already. Let's take this blessing. We'll get me something to eat. Y'all get y'all some lunch. We're going to come back about 1:45 and do the second part of third part now, chapter 29 of Deuteronomy. Praise the Most High. All right. May the Most High bless you, and may he keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom, my brother. Until we meet again.